Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm going to start by showing you guys Elder Scrolls Online today, but before I start, I must warn you that this is going to be a very long video, because I'm going to go through everything that the game has to offer, almost everything the game has to offer from beginning to the end of the intro. So here we have the launcher, and as you can see the applications it has with it. Here we have the newsfeed, and you can also view your account settings, the store, and the support, and the patch notes to see what they have patched. So let's just go ahead and press play here. I'll let the ads play. You can view them, skip them. I don't mind. Alright, so now that we have opened up the game, you can hear the main music playing. Just let me go ahead and log in here and we can get going. So you can see the loading screen, the login screen I mean. You can see everything, the settings, credits, quit the game. Alright, so here's the first loading screen of the game. As you can see, the visuals is actually a lot better than the previous games, and it's not actually as long as it used to be, which is also pretty nice. This is the character selection screen. This is my first character I just started, but I decided to start a new guy here for all of you. Oh wait, first let me just get the opening video, just so you guys can see it. Here it is.
The storm is coming. The scent of war swirls in the air. As the imperial throne lies empty, the fate of all Tamriel rests on the strength of a common prisoner's soul. Evil awakens. A long-banished foe stirs. Those who would destroy Tamriel seek out dangers to their dark plot. And so death's long arm reaches out. It is the 582nd year of the Second Era. The drums of war are sounding. This is where our journey begins.
Alrighty, so now that you can kind of see what's happened that led us to our character being in this dungeon looking area, we can start the creation process. So here you can see that we have the different presets of randomization of your character wearing a novice gear, some veteran gear, more BA stuff, and then of course there's a no gear option. Up here in the top right corner you can see that we have the editors for race, class, body, and face, and of course you can switch between male and female for your character. I'm just going to take a moment here to name my character. I apologize. So finally, here we have the race selection. You can't tell yet, but you can see that we have all these different races, and then there's also a new thing called alliances. I don't know if it's been in past games, but the way that this is set up is that each race has its own alliance. And if you'll see here, see as the Orc fits under the Daggerfall Covenant, each column under that alliance are those 3 races that applies to that alliance. As you saw with my last character, I had a Redguard swordsman basically as my last character, and I noticed that between me and other players as I played, that such players as like wizards, they tended to kill enemies a lot quicker than I did, and it wasn't just because they were a stronger level. Like it was this intro level that's coming up, and so I'm just gonna decide and go ahead and to pick something that has a little bit of range to it, either archery or magic. But I'm deciding that magic is gonna be better. I loved archery, but magic in this case, everybody says that that's good for this game. So let's just go ahead and pick the High Elves. And don't judge me for choosing the High Elves. The other races are awesome, trust me, but I just want to get through the creation so we can get some gameplay going. So after we choose a race, you can see that there's a class selection. We have the Dragon Knight, which uses the ancient Akaviri martial arts tradition to fight, and they have like BA kind of powers, it seems like. Next we have the Sorcerer, which uses conjuration and destruction spells to fight. After that, there's the Nightblade, which uses stealth, blades, and speed. Seems like my kind. I like being a stealthy type in the Elder Scrolls Skyrim game. Last, we have the Templar, which just reminds me of Assassin's Creed for some reason. They have the ability to call upon light and the burning sun to deal massive damage to their enemies while restoring health, magic, and stamina to their allies. So I'm going to go ahead and pick Sorcerer here, because that's what we decided we were going to play as earlier. Here's a preview of him in some veteran armor. I definitely like the staff. The top there. So now I'm going to go through and show you guys each variation of everything, of every creation option. Feel free to pause it, take a closer look. I'm pretty sure I'm going to go through every single one. Might be pretty fast. You might have to really get close to pause it, but it'll be okay. I don't really care what my guy looks like, so I'm just going to choose and pick and make him not look too ugly, because why the heck not? I'm gonna kind of make him on the skinnier side of things and not very strong. I don't know why, and don't ask me why, because I don't know. I just feel like mages aren't that big. As I'm going through these, you can see that there's many variations of everything, I mean, every aspect of creation that possible. They've given us a lot of options, and I love how much creation you get in the Elder Scrolls games. It really makes me feel like I'm more in tune with my game. Please feel free to skip along if you don't want to watch all these variations of options. So with my face, I'm gonna try and make my character look more on the younger side. I don't know, just going with a small character, I feel like it's like fitting. Here are the voice options that we have. I'm previewing 2 samples of each voice so that you can experience the voices. I don't really notice the voice too much in game, so I'm not gonna care too much on which one I pick. I don't really care for hair too much, but I guess I'm just gonna have to pick one. It becomes pretty irrelevant once you get a helmet. I'm just gonna go ahead and pick another random color also. I'm just gonna shut up for the time being and let you guys enjoy. Please feel free again to skip through and get to gameplay. Thanks. Alright, so we finally arrived here, set some gameplay. I'm just going to be quiet for the time being, and you guys can enjoy the game. This is just the intro level. As soon as I get outside of the real world, I will stop the video. So, enjoy the intro level to Elder Scrolls Online.
How do you feel? Can you move?
I'm just gonna look around and show you guys like kind of everywhere where the game looks like the surrounding areas. So don't get mad when I just start looking around at random stuff.
Slowly now. You've been through an ordeal. Take a few moments to collect yourself. Like you, I am a prisoner in this place, yet so much more. I am the past and the future, both. I am despair and hope. The tapestry we weave is a complex one. You cannot hope to see its pattern in its entirety. Not yet. You must rescue me, and I, in turn, must rescue you. You must escape from this cell, take up arms, and protect yourself. Then find Lyris Titanborn.
You there! We are escaping. Let me open your door. That's it! Quickly! You must escape before the guards return!
Quickly, follow Urgesine. There are weapons in the forge beyond these cells. Arm yourself.
Grab something to defend yourself. Don't be greedy. We have a lot of prisoners to arm. Enemy approaches. Strike it down.
the passing of time, any indecision becomes decision. Another enemy blocks the path ahead. Dispatch it quickly.
Whoa there! Are you all right? I heard fighting. You've got more meat on your bones than most of these poor bastards, and I see you've armed yourself. Good. I hope you've still got some fight left in you. You're going to need it. A fellow prisoner. The name's Lyris. What? Who told you to find me? The Prophet. He spoke to you? What did he say? Ha! That sounds like the Prophet, all right. He's a prisoner here too. It was very dangerous for him to speak to you, even for a moment. You must think you can help me. Break him out, of course. Believe me, I can use all the help I can get. That blind old man is the only person alive who can help us get back home. Tamriel's a long way from here. These tunnels will eventually take us to the Towers of Eyes. That's where we'll find the Sentinels. I'm sure you do, and I'll answer them as best I can. He's a strange one, no doubt about it. But he's the wisest man I've ever met. He sees things. The past, the future. If he told you to find me, he must have had a very good reason. You're obviously not in Tamriel anymore. Think of the most miserable, depressing place you've ever been in your life. That's paradise compared to Cold Harbor. And to top it off, well, there's no easy way to say it. You're dead. I don't know. Once we rescue the Prophet, he can tell you about the gods and the ways of Oblivion. I don't understand any of it myself. A man named Menemarco. His worm cult is doing some kind of ritual back in Tamriel. They sacrificed you and everyone in this prison to the Daedric Prince Molag Bal. After you died, whatever was left showed up here. They call you the Soul Shriven. It means you're a slave and you'll spend the rest of eternity here in Cold Harbor, working under the lash of the Daedra. Unless, of course, you come with me. No, I wasn't sacrificed. The Prophet and I were brought here conventionally, if that makes any sense. But we're prisoners here, same as you. It won't be easy. The place is watched by magical constructs called Sentinels. We won't stand a chance unless we can blind them. I'll tell you more when we get there. And we'll never get there if we don't get moving. Made it. Come. The Sentinels are at the top of those towers. We need to find a way up. Magical constructs created by Molag Bal to guide his vision in Cold Harbor. The Sentinels are connected. If we destroy one, the others will be blinded. With any luck, that will buy us the time we need to free the Prophet. I've no idea. Brute force? We'll find a way. We have to. Be ready for anything. I doubt Molag Bal left the Sentinels unguarded.
As you can see here, we come down to the area where we first get introduced to the actual players, other players in the game. So we finally got the online aspect. As you can see, as I chase these guys around, that I have the option of interacting with them, and then later on I'll show you the options that it shows you. But for right now, I'm just gonna kill some stuff and go through and do the objectives.
Quickly! While he's blinded, we must get to the Prophet's cell.
The god of brutality knows of your escape. Hurry!
Hermamora's wagging tongue. The door's warded. We'll never get in this way. Damn it! Destroying the Sentinel must have triggered these wards. We'll need to find another way in. Maybe Cadwell can help us. Cadwell is the oldest of the Soul Shriven. After years of torment, Soul Shriven usually go insane and turn feral. But not Cadwell. He was already insane before he left Tamriel. Mad as a box of frogs, but completely harmless. You'll see. Cadwell sees things as he wishes them to be. To him, Cold Harbor is a wondrous place. It's his home. And he knows it like the back of his hand. He's usually down by the river. Let's go find him.
One fine day in the middle of the night, two dead kings got up to fight. Back to back, they faced each other, drew... Hello, what's this? Out for a stroll, then? Lovely day for it. Sir Cadwell, yes, indeed, a pleasure. And fair Lyris, good to see you, my dear. How are you, then? Oh dear, well that is inconvenient, isn't it? Tell you what, I happen to know another way in. Much more of a scenic route. Rather a fun little jaunt, actually, full of traps and corpses and nasty beasties filling up the bits in between. Rather cautiously, I expect. Watch your step, hold your nose, and do mind the traps. There'll like as not be a fair dose of running and skull bashing as well. Follow the river. You'll find the door to the Undercroft at the water's end. Once you're inside, stick to the light, and you'll find a ladder that will take you right up to the Prophet straight away. Do give him my best. Best of luck. Do check in now and again, won't you?
Prophet's cage should be just ahead. Quickly now, we haven't much time.
As you can see, I'm kind of one of those players that pours everything and searches everything possible. So, in the essence of time, I'm gonna skip forward to the part where I actually start doing the objective after I search everything. So, there we go. I've searched everything. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and play the objective again.
The good news is we made it here in one piece, and the Prophet looks unharmed. Now the bad news. It's going to be up to you to keep him safe and get him back to Tamriel. I'm not going with you. I probably should have mentioned this before, but it never seemed like the right time. There's a trick to opening the cell. The only way for a prisoner to leave is for another living soul to take their place. I need to swap places with the Prophet. Believe me, I wish there was, but I don't see anyone else here with a beating heart, do you? If Molag Bal isn't stopped, he'll destroy everyone and everything we've ever loved. The Prophet chose you for a reason. Get him to safety. I'll be fine. There are magical locking devices on either side of the cage. You need to deactivate both of them so I can begin the transfer. Once it's done, get moving. The Prophet will know where to go, but he'll need your eyes and your protection. I give myself that the Prophet might be free!
Thank the divines you are safe. There is that at least. Neris sacrificed everything that we might go free. Her sacrifice must not be in vain. I wish that were possible, but I promise you, once we escape Cold Harbor, we will find a way to rescue her together, Vestige. That is the name I have given you. You are but a trace of your former self, a soulless one, an empty vessel that longs to be filled. It is, as the scrolls foretold, but not exactly as I imagined. That is what I've come to be called. My true name is lost, even to me. Years of torment have taken their toll. Quickly now, we must make haste to the anchor. The anchors are Daedric machines of the darkest magic. Their chains bind our world and pull it towards Cold Harbor. I can use one of these anchors to return us to Tamriel, but you must lead me to it. must hurry to the anchor mooring.
Face of pain. The souls of the damned are my weapons. You will know eons of suffering.
Come, I will protect you. The Dark Anchor's portal is high above us. I will prepare a spell to lift us to it. But first you must reattune yourself to Nirn in order to regain your physical form. To do this, you will need a Sky Shard. A shard of ethereal magicka that carries the essence of Nirn, some linked into Lorcan, the missing god of creation. If you collect and absorb its power, it should restore your corporeal form. I will summon one of these shards for you to absorb. Shard of Aetherius, fall upon us now and anoint us with your blessing. There, quickly, collect the Sky Shard. Great Akatosh, dragon god of time, your children are lost in the fog between worlds. They cry out for mercy. Hear my voice, Akatosh. I require your strength. Let the way be opened. Let these wandering souls return home. Let the will of Molag Bal be denied. Hurry! We must go now! The vestige awakens once again. Come here. We must speak.
As I feared, we arrived in different locations. I am in a city near the sea in a land of eternal spring. The air smells of the ocean and of markets and gardens. It matters not. You have awakened once again, and we must set you on your path. Days, weeks, I cannot tell. The voyage between worlds disrupted all sense of time and space. I know only that you were deposited into the sea, and some charitable soul fished you out and brought you to dry land. I'm afraid you'll have to decide that for yourself.
I must focus on searching for a way to repay Lyris's bold sacrifice. I cannot simply abandon her to the wrath of Molag Bal. I cannot foresee that, not yet. But we will meet again. There is still much we need to accomplish. Be wary, Vestige. Our very plane of existence is in peril. The threat of Molag Bal looms across all Tamriel, and chaos spreads in its shadow. Danger roams the land and will assume many forms. Do not let it catch you off guard. You must find your own path, but perhaps there is a reason for the place in which you find yourself. Explore. Search for a cause to lend your hand. Join with others. You might even seek out those who rescued you from the sea. The choice is yours.
My favorite tavern's in town here. Salted Wings. Ever been?
This one can't stand the grog in Volkelgard. Can't wait to get back on the water. Don't know how Joan and...
So here, as you can see, we finally made it out to the open world.
You're awake.
I'm gonna go ahead and...
I was worried
This
you'd never
guy's
wake up.
stupid.
You slept all the way from Kenarthi's roost, right through the hurricane. You don't remember? A Khajiit named Razumdar fished you out of the ocean.
As soon as I'm
You
done with
barely
this
made
guy,
it out
I'm
of
gonna end the
Kenarthi's
video.
roost before the hurricane
Thanks guys
hit.
for watching. Like and
Was headed to
subscribe.
Eagle's Strand, an old fort on Kenarthi's
Thanks.
roost.
See you next time.
My ship won't return there for some time, but a bosun on the far dock can take you. Look for Sugar Claws.
Water looks different in every harbor. Love the shallows here.